Good day, Goofy. What you doing down here?
Oh, I heard it was Fun Night Friday. And look, big knife, big knife.
Oh yeah, right, we better get out of here. Big knife. Never want to be close when a big knife is being reviewed. I've learned that many years ago. Almost became a Manx, a bobtail cat one day. I'll have to tell you that story later. Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, I guess Nigel and them have been prowling around before my setup here, but they found out it's Fun Night Friday, and I don't do a lot of these because, like Skip says, you know, if you're not having fun with your knife, you're doing something wrong. But I've got so many knives, it's kind of hard to have fun with every one of them. But this particular one here is the Sword giant peasant knife. It's made in New Zealand. It operates like a traditional peasant knife with a difference. Sorry, earthquake. That's what happens when huge masses move around. And then me bumping the camera. But yeah, this thing is huge. Huge, huge. It has if I can ever get this thing to figure out in the camera what the hell I'm doing here. Oh, there we go. I'm upside down. We got a 8-inch blade here. And at least that long of a handle. Now, what makes this knife fun for me is it's huge. And if you can't have fun with a huge knife, then, I don't know, you're missing out on things, I would say. Because these knives don't require you to use them a lot. All you have to do is look at them, or pick them up once in a while, or just open it. And you're going to have some fun. Now, these screws here, they're like Chicago screws, are adjustable. You can kind of hear that. And that's because this thing has to have enough room to close the blade in it, but not fit, you know. See, now it's tight when that's there, but when it's open, it makes that little clacking noise. But I mean, man, really, I can't get it all. Uh-oh, I got somebody who got nailed. Somebody got poked. They knew it. They got up there. They got up there. Somebody got nailed. I'm going to have to figure it out. Oh, it was Nigel. Nigel. Sorry, Nigel. He knew to get up there because it was a big knife, and yet he still got hit because, well, with a big knife, you know, to get it all in camera. And that's one other thing I'd like to mention. When you're videoing opening a knife, it's entirely different from where you would normally open a knife. The other day when I cut myself, I thought,
you're gonna have to pay me this one now.
Man, I've never cut myself opening a knife before. I've cut it closing, but I've never cut myself opening a knife. And then I thought about it and I said, yes, I have. I had an Ontario Rat 2 with the thumb stud that something happened. My thumb flipped off the stud or something, but I caught myself and cut myself pretty good opening it. So I'm not a big fan of thumb studs. This guy right here is not going to be a fast opening knife, but you got a nice convex grind on it, and let's just measure the width of this puppy because it's a pretty wide blade here. Try not to cut myself. 2.5 inches wide. So yeah, it's not real heavy, and it balances pretty well. You could actually use this like a machete or something like that, but like I said, since I'm in an apartment and they have a maintenance thing, a lawn care group that goes through every Monday and chops everything down. So, there's not much of an opportunity for me to do much chopping. But I leave this knife just sitting around mostly as a display, and I'll pick it up every once in a while and, mess with it. And for reference, here's a BPS peasant knife in bog oak for size reference. And as you can see, fully open. It doesn't even fit the handle of the knife. And you would need a big sheath if you were going to carry this thing. Stop earthquaking. People are going to... Please take your Dramamine before watching video. That's something... Man, if that stuff's ever bad, Dramamine... I mean, we didn't go on vacations very often, but whenever we did, they would usually give us Dramamine motion sickness pills, If you or anyone you know has been involved with taking Dramamine in the past, please contact a non-paid spokesman for the attorneys at law of Spokesman's Attorney at Law Firm Spokesmans. And later on I learned the reason why you get motion sickness is because normally when you're sitting in a front seat, you're looking forward and you're facing forward. It's a normal route of travel. But when you're looking in the back seat, when you're looking out the side windows, everything's going like this. And that's what gets people motion sickness, is that motion like that, just watching that constantly, or whenever you look up. If you were to look out the back window, you probably wouldn't get motion sickness, but then you would just see, who was tailgating you. But there you go. That is a fun knife. It is Fun Knife Friday, and I thought I'd give you a big fun knife to go there. And I do have to report that Nigel is undamaged. Well, he's mentally damaged, but he's undamaged physically from that last event there, when he thought it would be wise to get up. Let me just take this out of the hold. To get up on the shelf up here, where everybody else usually hides when a big knife review is going on. Except Jiminy. He's not afraid of them. He hasn't learned yet. He's kind of a ground dweller there, And he's sneaky, too. He's organizing the crickets outside and having them move rocks around when I throw knives. So, yeah. You got to watch out when you bring creatures into your house, man. Sometimes you bring bad elements. I'm not saying Jiminy is a bad cricket. I'm just saying he's probably a grasshopper, but still, he's working with the crickets. He calls himself a cricket. He doesn't exactly look like a cricket, but he's big enough. He's not big enough to dodge one of these. Look at that. So, yeah, it's not really that big. It's about the size of a cricket. Thank you for watching, and have a fun day. Big knives are great! Fun Knife Friday was filmed in front of a live audience, as you can clearly see.